Good morning, everyone. It's an honor to be standing up here in front of all of you right now. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Matthew Briscoe, and I'll be saying this speech on behalf of Wayne State University Physical Therapy Class of 2013. When I first started telling people I was saying a speech in my graduation, most people congratulated me for being the valedictorian. I sadly would respond and say, no, I was the only one that actually wanted to speak. So I pretty much got the chore, or pretty much got it for by default. I guess I was the only one that actually likes the sound of their own voice. I would first like to say that it's great to finally be here right now. We made it. I would like to start the speech off by saying thank you to everyone here and everyone that's been around us supporting us throughout our educational careers. Thank you to the mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, grandparents, and significant others. Thank you to all the other family and friends that have been around our lives right now. Thanks for putting up with us for the last 3.5 years and throughout our entire life. We couldn't have done it without you. Also, thank you to those around us that volunteered to be our test dummies to help us practice our skills throughout PT school. Thank you for letting us poke, prod, and palpate your entire body, for letting us mobilize your joints into directions that they probably shouldn't go into, and thank you for letting us tell you all the things that are wrong with you. We've had many faculty help us assist us from entry-level students to entry-level physical therapists. To all the professors, lab assistants, clinical instructors, supporting staff, and all of those of you who participated in our research project and fundraisers, thank you. Please know that you've made an impact in our lives, and we wouldn't have been able to be the great PTs one day without you. When sitting down and writing this speech, I really didn't know how to start it or what to say. At this point, I instantly regretted volunteering for this speech. But I knew I could pull it off with my fellow colleagues, so I thought I would talk about our journey through PT school at Wayne State. So thinking back, the first day, 3.5 years ago, we all walked in strangers embarking on a new chapter in our lives. We walked in bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready and eager to take on the world of physical therapy. We all made it past the hard part of getting in, and all that was needed was a few more years, and we were ready to stretch and strengthen our way to satisfying careers. However, this was easier said than done. I remember during the orientation, one of the instructors mentioned that the next 3.5 years would fly by. Let's just say I wanted to soon track this person down and tell them how wrong they were. I definitely didn't think this way a couple months later studying for anatomy exams. During the start of the semester, we were quickly roadblocked by the demon otherwise known as a brachial plexus. While very few of us mastered this mystical creature during the first week, Matt Zoll, everyone else frantically tried to keep up by drawing out every root, trunk, division, cord, and branch of the brachial plexus, until we had nightmares of forgetting the lateral pectoral nerve during the practical. Week after week, we struggled to understand things like, why does the hand have so many muscles? And what in the world is cerebral peduncle? The human body just wasn't that easy. We did get to the fun times during our first semester while in service anatomy. We got the pleasure to palpate every nook, cranny, and crevice of everyone throughout the semester. Let's just say if you weren't comfortable touching people at the beginning of the program, you were now. By the time first finals hit, you knew exactly what everyone's pubis and coccyx felt like. And no, that was not a dirty joke. Somehow we made it through first semester with a sigh of relief, only to be shot back down by one of the 3 courses taught by Dr. Frederick Posiak. One of my fondest memories of practicing and memorizing the cranial nerves. Just so you know, I won't tell you my mnemonic for remembering all 12 of them. During lab time, I think my gag reflex was elicited so many times that by the time the OSCE came, I think my glossopharyngeal nerve was damaged. After that semester, we made the third semester, where we were able to be physical therapy students during our first clinical experience. And not just that person that gets hot packs and fills up ultrasound gel. My excitement came to a quick halt when I realized how little I knew about being a physical therapist. I think this was the first time they actually knew I wasn't ready to graduate. Next came second year, and we were all learning our first day of PT school, the workload of our ortho and neuro classes, among others. And you know what? They were right. I think I studied so hard and took so many notes, I started developing carpal tunnel, and I'm pretty sure my hippocampus ended up swelling out. But I think coming out of semester, each and every one of us perfected our orthopedic manual skills. I mean, we had to, right? We pretty much performed every improper joint glide imaginable on each other, making it so sore, we actually needed a modalities class, the ice packs, ultrasound, and of course, paraffin wax. Second year wasn't all work and no play. We did find time after a big exam to go to the local water and bowl tools on a Thursday night where you could literally get an above ground sized pool full of beer for only $2. This was perfect for the poor student to go out with $10 and still have enough money for a cab ride home. The summer of second year, we finally got to remove those training wheels and ride that 10-speed bike on 2 full-time placements. Regardless of how scared we were, or how much we didn't think we knew anything, we actually really did. We got the taste of what it's like to be a working physical therapist, well, minus the paycheck. When third year hit, it was almost like the storm had passed. We made it through the majority of the marathon, and we could see the finish line in the distant future. Half the time, I didn't know what class I was in, or what group members I had for what project. I did, however, know exactly how many months, days, hours, seconds, and even heartbeats I had left to graduation, thanks to the app on my phone. The third year was filled with projects, research, fundraisers, and most importantly, the PT Gala. The galas were a great time no matter what year you were in. It was a good way to let loose with fellow colleagues and professors on a night out, dressed up, and ready to participate in the 4 Ds. These included dinner, drinks, and drunk dancing. With the exception of Parvish Khan's spectacular salsa dancing, the rest of the dance floor dominated with piano patterns and gate deviations. Thank God Vicky Pardo was there to facilitate some NET techniques. After third year marked the last time to be in the classroom writing exams, and all we had left was a hop, skip, and jump past 2 14-week internships on our way to graduation. During these places, we were able to direct plan of care on patients in a multitude of settings on our way to becoming entry-level physical therapists. Now that we are on our own, and regardless of how scary that feels, all of us are ready. In closing, I just wanted to say that I'm positive that each and every one of you will be great clinicians because I know what you are capable of in and outside the clinic. Wherever you end up in life or in your professional careers, don't forget the life lessons learned here at Wayne State. And also don't forget, if a patient asks you something you're unsure of, take the words and wisdom taught down by neuro god Vicky Pardo and say, it depends. Thank you.